All right, back to another book. Today's book is The Four Agreements. I literally sat down, I opened this book, and I read it completely within one sitting. I was astounded. I love this book. This is a new favorite of mine. I'm definitely going to go through all the principles, but today I just want to talk about the book as a whole. And the reason I love this book is it's esoteric, but it's also practical. And what I mean by this is, if you don't know what esoteric means, it's just stuff you can't touch, metaphysics, the inner workings that science can't explain, the invisible forces of the universe that are all around us, and we understand it, and we sometimes choose to neglect it, but they have a real effect on us, and it has to do with like positive thinking and the law of attraction and stuff like that. But now I'm just taking away from me talking about the book, so I'm gonna get back into it. But I love this book because a lot of esoteric books you read, a lot of books you read on astrology or metaphysics or law of attraction, like it's not really practical advice. It's not advice you'd hear from anybody outside of that sphere. But what the Four Agreements does is it basically mixes the esoteric principles with actual things you can do on a daily basis that are going to improve your mindset, that are going to improve your thinking and how you just approach life, and it's going to make you a happier and better person. And isn't that what this is all about? Like, isn't the everyday struggle, isn't it supposed to be like, I'm going to do my best, I'm going to try as hard as I possibly can to just persist and keep going, and eventually bring myself to a state where I'm happy, and bring myself to a state where I can spread that happiness to others. And it's like, if that isn't a good life, I don't know what is. But feel free in the comments to tell me exactly what you think a good life is. But I think I summed it up pretty well just there. But what this book does really well is it breaks down things you haven't really thought of. Like one of the agreements that this is actually the first agreement, but the first agreement is be very precise with your words and understand that words have a real impact on how you shape your thought forms and how your mind adapts to its surroundings. So like when you say like, oh, I hate that person, like what you're doing is you're giving your mind a stigma about this person. And like this person, you might not even know him, you might just see him online, you might just see him on the internet, you might see what other people say about them. But when you put it in your mind that you hate this person, your mind is going to inherently reflect that in the way you view them, in that gut feeling you get around them, and your interactions with that person is just overall going to be negative. And it's like, if we could just stop doing this, if we could just start accepting things for what they are, and understand that the words we use, the precision and the tone and the inflection and everything that goes into how we speak about things and how we view things has a real effect in real time in how we live. The next thing that I really loved from this book, I'm not going to go through all the agreements, but I'm just going to go through the first two probably. But the next thing is you never want to take anything personally. And what this really means is, like, when somebody's having a bad day and they might slight you, they might look at you wrong, like that's not them not liking you. That's not them, being angry with the things that you're doing or being angry with the decisions that you've made. It's them being angry with themselves. Like, they're reflecting their reality. They're reflecting their unhappiness. And like, if somebody says they don't like you, that doesn't mean that they don't like you. That just means they don't like themselves. That means they're carrying negativity with you and they're trying to spread it to you. And just like, don't take these things personally, because these things can break you down. These things can destroy you. But when you just choose to understand that we reflect our own realities onto other people, and if you take things personally, like that's just going to go on and ruin your day. That person infected you with their negativity. Now that negativity is in your head. And like, if these are things that you're interested in, if these are things that you want to hear more about, I really suggest picking up this book, because it's a tremendous read. It's about 140 pages, and every single page tells you something that you have never thought before and you have never framed in your mind in that way. And my camera's about to die, so I'm going to cut this video a little short. But if you're new to this channel, I'll leave a link to the description of this book. Thank you so much for making this far. If you're new, consider subscribing. If you've been here for a while, thank you so much for all the support. And yeah, peace out, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.